need to stay right completely and straight line the braking so you get the best possible deceleration. Crazy incredible lap is one of the most fun of the year in F1. I mean, it's so fast, so flowing. I'm surprised that the FIA can just decide how they want in that moment. Welcome back to F1 Fridays, everybody, and now we're in Suzuka, one of the greatest tracks on earth. And I had a great time there. It was one of my best tracks. I had pole 3 times in a row, 2014, 15 and 16. Unfortunately didn't win it in those first 2 years, once in the wet, the other I can't remember, and then 2016 won it, which was like decisive for winning the championship. Before I get going on my hot lap, question to you, and you have the chance with the top comment in this video to win something which I'm going to send you. And the question is, who would be your preferred driver to be on the grid next year? New driver. Me, of course, would be Nick de Vries, but make your answer creative also. Can be anybody, of course. So look forward to seeing your answers. And congrats to Benny Welte also for your top comment last time around. So I hope you've already received my gift, and if not, you're getting it soon. And your comment was that you would love to try the Mercedes W11, which is the Mercedes F1 from 2020, because you say it's the greatest piece of machinery ever, but that you would struggle, of course, to take it to the limit. Yeah, I understand. But I think anyways it would be great fun to drive it. Maybe even with intermediate tires, because with intermediate tires you don't have the issue of keeping tires warm. You know, they stay warmer much easier, and you still have most of the grip anyways for what you're concerned. So I think that could be a great experience. And here we go now with the hot lap. Okay, here we go, start lap. This one, small lift here, stay tight, and then early brake. 4th gear. I was a bit wide there. Okay, now here, stay left. So little lift, stay left. Downshift, stay left, stay right now. Take the speed through here. Stay tight here. Okay, and now really on the throttle, just a little lift here, but carry the speed through up here, almost flat. Okay, now here coming, stay left, little brake, downshift twice, and then 3rd gear, tight, on the curve, on the exit. Okay, now we need to stay right completely and straight line the braking so you get the best possible deceleration. Turn the car and then straight on the power, straight line the steering wheel on the exit so you get the best run out. Okay, now this is a really difficult one. Brake, not too hard, a little bit early, downshift twice. Carry the speed in, and then small brake again, 3rd gear, forever exit, such a long exit, run it all the way out to the maximum. Okay, this next one is easy flat now. Tiny steering inputs, very important, very small steering input. Use the track, then straight away to the left, because you need to straight line this next braking. On the curb on the second part, 3rd gear, you can do it early upshift. Crazy incredible lap is one of the most fun of the year in F1. I mean, it's so fast, so flowing. And now we're going to jump into the Q&A session. So question 1 is from Tiffany. A lot of drivers think Suzuka is one of the most fun tracks to drive on. Do you think the same, and what makes it such a good track? It's just high speed, high risk. You can't afford the slightest of mistakes. It's really old school, so it's a really, really tough circuit. And that's why it's like the biggest thrill really in the dry. In the wet, however, from my point of view, it was like almost too risky. It was pretty crazy, depending like if it was really raining, you know, and things. But in the dry, yeah, it was. I mean, it's an awesome track, as you just saw now in the hot lap. Question 2, Felix. Last race, everyone started on the intermediates and eventually got onto the soft tire. How difficult is it to make the call from when to go intermediate to soft? It is so hard, because the timing to go from intermediate to soft, especially on a street circuit where you can't afford even the slightest mistake, it's so difficult because there will always be some wet patches left, and to go with slick tires on wet is so difficult with an F1 car. It's so unpredictable. One little lock up and you're gone, you know, flying into the tire wall. So you just have to drive very, very carefully there. And we saw, again, you know, on the weekend, so many people doing mistakes on the intermediates, also in that crossover. And that's really where the greatest drivers really shine, you know. So big respect to everybody who finished in the front and who did a great race. I mean, the names that pop up is Perez, Leclerc, definitely Norris. Those would be the 3 names that pop up. Even Ricciardo, to be honest, finishing 5th in that McLaren without the upgrades, starting way back. You know, that is an awesome race. So those are the names that would definitely come to the forefront there. Question 3, Lucas, what do you think should be the punishment for teams to go over the budget cap? Teams going over the budget cap, yeah, that's a good question. I mean, definitely it should be a serious punishment because you get such a performance advantage, huh? I mean, kind of, it should be like predefined. I'm surprised that there's like discussions like, what is the punishment? I mean, it should be really clear what the punishment is. So I'm surprised that the FIA can just decide how they want in that moment, you know, and well, let's see what comes out of that. And let's see if any team has been over the budget cap, because that's not confirmed. Question 4, how different does the simulator you're using feel compared to driving a real F1 car? The challenge of driving is pretty similar, you know, precision and everything, but of course it's still a very different world because you don't have the 3D vision at all. So here, things don't seem too fast for me, but if I would get into a real car now, my eyes wouldn't be able to follow at all. It would be just way too fast, everything. So that's a big difference. And then, of course, all the feeling that comes into it. The whole oversteer side is not represented well in the simulator. The feedback you get on the steering wheel, your feel of your bum in the seat, what the car is doing. So that is all quite different and still makes for a real big difference, actually. Question 5, Leon, which team do you think will make the most improvement for next year? For next year, which team makes the most improvement? I mean, Mercedes, actually, might make the most improvement. Then, what would be another team that I would guess would make the most improvement? Maybe someone like McLaren. McLaren could make a big improvement. I think that's a couple to mention. All right, so thanks a lot for tuning in. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Got many more Rimac Nevera videos coming soon as the car arrives here in Monaco. So subscribe to the channel to not miss out. Hit the bell so you get notified when the videos go live. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Bye-bye.